Hello, it is Tuesday, December 20th, 2022. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It's a Tuesday puzzle today, and so it should be a relatively approachable early week crossword with a theme. And this hopefully approachable themed edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Bradley Pirtle, Alex, Laura Sexton, and, as always, the invaluable Timothy Mark and the indomitable Shoalmaster. So thank you so much to the 5 of them, benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign, for directly supporting this channel and making this whole enterprise a sustainable bit of work for me. So thank you for that. And if you'd like to join their ranks as benefactors and get the Daily Solve Let's Check the Crosses mug, you could find that at patreon.com/dailysolve or in a link in the description field underneath the video. And of course, by following that same link, you can become a patron at any tier for any contribution level and get access to all of the bonus videos that have gone up on the channel to date, as well as the new ones that go up each week. So thank you to everybody who has backed the Patreon campaign. I do very much appreciate it, and it helps keep this thing going. So thank you for that. And you can also, in a link in the same description field, join the Daily Solve Discord chat server. Nice, friendly chat community on Discord. And please do also subscribe to the YouTube channel if you've been enjoying these videos. Other than that, why not tell a friend if you've been enjoying this and like the videos and so on. All right, let's get on to today's solve. So this, as noted, is a Tuesday puzzle. It was constructed by Peter Coaters, who's constructed a small handful of puzzles for the New York Times, and it was edited, as always, by Will Shorts. So let's start solving, shall we? Moved like a pendulum. Well, a pendulum swings, so moved like a pendulum looks like swung to me. And agency that promotes adoption, the SPCA, the Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, I think. Just with that S there, that seems plausible to me. I mean, it could be adoption of children rather than pets, but I don't know what organization that would be. So let's check the crosses here. Outdoor grilling spot, a patio maybe? And gets overlooked literally. I don't know. This could be a theme answer because often these very long answers are thematic, but I'm not sure. Let's keep looking. Deep down. At heart, maybe? If you feel a particular way deep down, you feel that way at heart. Witches' facial feature. So witches are stereotypically just often portrayed with warts. And home of Arches National Park, that's the state of Utah. So here we have the Nicene Creed, a Christian avowal, so part of a Christian church service, and amusement park racers are go-karts. There we go. Okay, it gets overlooked literally. So what is this? Crack. Still not saying it. Let's look elsewhere. Actor Brendan. Brendan Fraser was a very popular actor in the 90s and early 2000s, and then recently was in that film The Whale. So I think we've just solved this by crosses, and it's organization targeted by Moms Demand Action, so the NRA, the National Rifle Association. So does that give us, this gets overlooked literally, crack. I'm not seeing it all, but this is. All right, let's look here. Dagnabbit could be drat, so a slightly archaic, light oath. And Qatar's capital is Doha. Slick substance could be oil. And to impede someone's progress, for instance, is to hinder it. Trust issues. So you could have a trust, in other words, sort of, I don't actually know exactly what defines a trust, but it's something to do with sort of holding assets in somebody's name. So assets meaning sort of investments or, I don't know, I guess real estate or sort of any valuable asset. And then what is this? Oh, this looks wrong. Rivers in Portugal and Spain. That looks like it should be rias to me. So maybe this isn't hinder, but rather hamper, to impede. There we go. Those are both plausible answers, but only one of them is correct, and I think hamper is the one. So this doesn't look like anything. I wonder if I have something else wrong. Crack foam. Okay, I guess I'll just keep going. This looks extremely incorrect. Originates from, as a word, is... Sure, what about this? Jaguars and impalas, for instance. Okay, so we can infer these are not the animals because impalas is capitalized, which makes this look like a proper noun rather than sort of the word generically. So there's a Chevrolet Impala, that's a car, and then Jaguar is a make of car. Does that help at all? Don't think so. I'm not sure. Let's keep looking around. Title for Paul, Gregory, or Francis. Surely they're all saints. Oh, but also popes, I suppose. Pope Francis, Pope Paul, Pope Gregory. That sounds all correct to me. Got completely destroyed. And father of Norway's King Harald, King Olaf? Olaf or Olav? I've seen it spelled both ways, and I think people have told me it's wrong in each case for some reason, but I'm probably misremembering that. I don't think it's. I'm sure I'm not communicating that accurately. I think people have strong opinions on which it's meant to be. Rate is, don't know, Fraternal Order since 1868. Oh, the Elks, maybe? It's one of those sort of clubs, like the Rotary Club or something like that. Okay, airline that grounds its planes during the Sabbath. El Al, the Israeli national airline. And rate, so what is this? Oh, pace, as in rate of change, pace of change, for instance. There we go. And do I still see what's going on here? I don't think I do. Gets overlooked literally. Could it be the wrong actor, Brendan? Maybe it is. Crack. I mean, it works with the RA. I mean, that's got to be right. Let's check the crosses. Oracle. Yeah, an oracle is a seer. Okay. So big name in jeans. Lee jeans. Or Lee's dungarees or something. That's a jeans, right? And gets into bed, literally. Okay, this looks strange too. There's something going on with these theme answers that I'm just completely oblivious to at the moment. Okay, so originates from as a word. Oh, I'm still not seeing it. Let's keep going. Blank paper bearer. And starting action on a court. Is there sort of a tip on or something? No. Tip off or something? No, I think I'm making that up. Could be a serve on a tennis court, though. Let's see if that fits. What 5 horizontal answers do with this one? Cross it. Yeah, there we go. That's straightforward enough. And got completely destroyed. Could end in a D. Person who won't just talk but act, a doer, someone who does, okay. So eat at is erode, wear away. Every dog has its day, goes the saying. And laconic. So if you're laconic, you're sort of a person of few words. You could be terse. I don't really think of those as being the same. I think of laconic as being a sort of, I don't know, sort of easygoing version of terse, where I think of terse as having an edge. But I suppose they could be seen to overlap. I could also be making up that distinction. What is this? RX, right? Prescription writers, abbreviation doctors. There we go. This looks like it ends in sheet. Oh, it gets into bed literally is. I mean, beds have sheets on them. So what does that mean? Got completely destroyed. Oh, perished. And then originates from as a word. Oh, derives from. Oh, is this not a hamper? Is it hinder after all? I'm very confused because this looks like derives from. So Olav, there we go with a V. What is going on here? Oh, maybe Rivers is Rio, not Ria, Rio. Sorry about that. I'm sure that was extremely obvious to many, many, many of you watching this. So impede is to hold up. There we go. I was just totally on the wrong track there. And then Jaguars and Impalas are both autos, even though one of them is a model and one of them is a make. They're both examples of cars. Okay, So crack, falls, crack. Oh, falls between the cracks. There we go. Okay, so this is a punny thing, but I was thrown much farther afield than I needed to have been by my mix-up with Rios and Hold Up and all that. Oops. Okay, so this looks like gets between the sheets then, maybe. So sheet and sheet, I bet. Or no, slips between the sheets. There we go. Gets into bed literally. Okay, this is all making much more sense now. So sorry, just in case it's not obvious, I'm sure it is to everybody, but just to be clear, we have falls, the word falls, and it's literally between two instances of the word crack. So falls between the cracks is to get overlooked. And then similarly with gets into beds, we have slips between the sheets, two instances of the word sheet. Okay, so let's keep going. Shopping splurge, a shopping spree. Difficult to sort out informally is hairy, maybe? It's a hairy problem. Blank paper bearer, what is that? A pad, maybe, right. Pad of blank paper. Country singer-songwriter rabbit. Don't think I know that person. Clears of, rids of, there we go, this could be Eddie, maybe? New York City Mayor Adams and others, Eric Adams, and because we're referring to not just this Eric, but others, it'll be Eric's plural. This does look like Eddie, and makes suddenly aware of something, literally. Oh, this looks like between the eyes. In fact, right, that's all we have in it so far. So, makes suddenly aware of something. Oh, I just can't think. Plot developers. Could be referring to plots in fiction. And stringed instrument that rhymes with another stringed instrument. Oh, sitar rhymes with guitar. There we go. Okay, stadium noisemaker and air horn, perhaps. And get well soon process informally. Rehabilitation. Tuna type could be ahi. And where Lake Erie reaches its southernmost point. It must be Ohio. I mean, I wouldn't have known that off the top of my head, but with that OH there, it seems like that's what it must be. It tolls... I'm sorry. It tolls over British Parliament, Big Ben, the bell in the clock tower at the Houses of Parliament. And that tower was recently renovated, and they restored the paint scheme, I think, to what it was... I don't know, maybe in the Victorian era? I'm not exactly sure, but it's very interesting. It's much brighter. It's got these bright blues. It looks really nice. Okay, anyway. Holy moly is... could be O something? Oh, right between the eyes? Something right between the eyes? Makes suddenly aware of something, literally. What is it? It probably has an S here. Directive at a physical. Say ah? I don't know. Wharton's Ethan Frome. So it could be say ah. Could this be why election year event? Debate? I don't know. Let's keep looking around. German car maker, BMW. And holy moly is oh my god, maybe? Some surface damages or dents, maybe? Like the shape of an eggplant. Is it ovoid? Do you call an eggplant ovoid? This looks like 12. Rare roll with 2 dice. Yes, 12. Okay. There we go. And Celine with 5 Grammys. Celine Dion. Section of a textbook is a unit in that textbook, maybe. Banned substances in sports, for short, are, I don't know, steroids or something. I'm not sure what this would be. All excited. Oh, keyed up, maybe. There we go. And tender-hearted was kind. Lose layers is shed. Shed, I don't know, clothing, or I suppose, in the case of animals, fur and things like that. Rapper who founded NWA rapper who co-founded NWA slangily, Dr. Dre. I guess that's the casual bit, is we're leaving off his medical title. And to deserve is to earn something. There we go. Finding hidden meaning, literally. Reading between the lines. There we go. Okay. I sort of had that, then I thought I didn't, and then I realized I did. So we have reading between two instances of the word line. Reading between the lines. Very good. That's a nice conclusion to this, because it's sort of the... it's also kind of a revealer. It both follows the rules of the theme, but it also kind of alludes to what's happening in our other theme answers, because that is sort of what we're doing. We're sort of putting things in between other things, reading between the lines, sort of as that phrase describes. Okay, so directive metaphysical is indeed say So what is this? Something's right between the eyes. I'm sure it's very obvious, but I just can't think of it. Behind the arc shots informally. Oh, threes, long shots in basketball. So plot developers are... probably ends in an S. MLB team that played its first 2 seasons at the fabled Polo Grounds. I do not know. Fruit used to make slivovitz. Is it slow? I don't know, just because slow is often associated with gin. I have no idea if that's right. I'm not sure what slivovitz is. Election year event. Plenary? A plenary session? Is that... for some reason that would be true? Climb is rise? Okay, so not plenary. Oh, primary, though, weirdly, coincidentally, has a P as well, so this could be plum. Oh, is that plum wine, maybe, Slivovitz? That sort of sounds familiar, but I'm not 100% certain. Okay, oh, the Mets, I guess, played its first 2 seasons at the fabled Polo Grounds. I have no idea about that knowledge, but the Mets would fit in here. So the I of MIT, right, Massachusetts Institute of Technology. And then Cold War power in brief, the USSR. And... oh, plot developers are schemers, I see. They hatch plots. There we go. Oh, hits right between the eyes. I just was unable to see that entirely. Anyway, is this the puzzle? There it is. All right, that was the Tuesday crossword. I struggled with that here and there for whatever reason. Just some things that were obvious and some things less so that I just didn't see quickly, and it took me a while to understand what was going on with the theme, because I made such a hash of this holdup after putting in 2, I think, entirely valid answers for it first, with what it was, hinder and hamper. No, it was neither of those, and I really didn't do myself any favors by completely misremembering what a river would be in Spanish, Rio. So there we go, and once that came together, the theme made a lot of sense, and it was very nice. I mean, it's maybe slightly unusual for an early week theme, in that you do have to understand the theme in order to fill out the theme answers. Often, especially in early week themes, the theme answers will be they'll be clued in an ordinary manner, and you'll be able to fill them out even if you don't quite understand what's going on. But you do actually need to figure them out in order to figure out the sort of pun element in order to get them in here. Let me know how you fared with that. Always curious to know. And otherwise, it was a good, solid puzzle that I, for some reason, just struggled with from time to time. So let me know how you fared with that in general as well. And let's just go over our theme quickly one more time. We have gets overlooked literally is falls between the cracks. Gets into bed literally is slips between the sheets. The one that gave me quite a lot of trouble. Makes suddenly aware of something literally is hits right between the eyes. And finally, finding hidden meaning literally is reading between the lines. And there we go. That was the Tuesday puzzle by Peter Coders. Hope you enjoyed it. And I did check the comments from yesterday's puzzle. There weren't any corrections I thought that needed addressing, so I'm going to wrap up this video now. And I'll be back tomorrow, of course, for the Wednesday puzzle. That should be should be there, should be perfectly fine. I think I will have the puzzles going up as usual for the next several days, but I do have some fairly complex travel coming up for the holidays, so it may be the case that I end up missing a couple of days here or there. If I do, I will upload something else that I've pre-recorded so that there's still a daily upload, but there may not be the proper solve of that day's New York Times crossword every day for the next several days. So I'll do my best, but we'll see how it goes. And thank you for your understanding around that. Anyway, that's that for today's puzzle. Hope you enjoyed it. I do think I'll be back tomorrow for the Wednesday crossword, so join me then. But until that point, please do have an excellent remainder of your Tuesday. Take care.